Have you ever wondered how Australia's healthcare system works so well? Millions of people receive medical care through Medicare every year. But where does the funding come from? In today's video, we're going to uncover the financial engine behind Medicare and explain how this universal healthcare system is funded. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of where the money comes from to keep Medicare running. And trust me, the answer might surprise you. What is Medicare? Before diving into how Medicare is funded, let's quickly explain what Medicare actually is. Introduced in 1984, Medicare is Australia's universal healthcare system, providing eligible citizens and permanent residents with access to a range of healthcare services. These include free treatment in public hospitals, bulk billed visits to general practitioners, GPs, and subsidies for a wide variety of medical treatments and procedures. Medicare is available to all Australian citizens and most permanent residents, ensuring that healthcare is not something only the wealthy can afford. It covers essential medical services such as GP visits, pathology, diagnostic imaging, and surgeries in public hospitals, as well as subsidies for some private treatments and medications through the Pharmaceutical Benefits Scheme, PBS. While Medicare provides a high level of access to healthcare, it's important to understand that it's not free. It's funded through a combination of taxes, levies, and government contributions. And in this video, we're going to explain exactly how that funding works and why it's sustainable in the long term. Medicare levy. One of the main ways Medicare is funded is through the Medicare levy. The Medicare levy is a tax applied to most taxpayers' income, specifically dedicated to funding the healthcare system. The standard rate for the Medicare levy is 2% of a person's taxable income. So for example, if you earn $50,000 a year, you'd pay $1,000 in Medicare levy. But not everyone pays the same amount. Certain groups, such as low-income earners and seniors, may qualify for a Medicare levy reduction or exemption if their income falls below a certain threshold. For instance, if your income is below $24,276 as of 2024, you might not have to pay the Medicare levy at all. This helps ensure that lower-income Australians aren't disproportionately burdened by healthcare costs. In addition to the standard Medicare levy, some taxpayers are also subject to the Medicare Levy Surcharge, MLS. The MLS is designed to encourage higher-income earners to take out private health insurance, thereby reducing the strain on the public system. If you don't have private hospital insurance and your income exceeds a certain threshold, for singles, this is $93,000, and for families, it's $186,000. You may be required to pay an additional surcharge of between 1% and 1.5% of your income. General taxation. Another significant source of funding for Medicare comes from general taxation. In Australia, a portion of the taxes collected by the federal government from income tax, corporate tax, and other revenue streams is allocated to support Medicare. This means that even if a person doesn't pay the Medicare levy, for instance, if they fall below the income threshold, they're still contributing to the funding of Medicare through other taxes. General taxation provides the government with flexibility when it comes to healthcare funding. As healthcare costs rise due to an aging population, technological advancements, or public health crises, the government can allocate more funding from general tax revenue to ensure that Medicare remains sustainable. One of the advantages of using general taxation to fund Medicare is that it spreads the cost of healthcare across the entire population. Everyone, regardless of their use of the system, contributes to ensuring that Medicare can continue to provide services to those who need it most. However, this also means that changes in government tax policy, economic downturns, or shifts in priorities can impact the level of funding available for Medicare. This is why it's crucial for the government to maintain a balanced approach to healthcare funding. Government contributions and budgets. Each year, the Australian government allocates funds for Medicare as part of the federal budget. These government contributions are based on estimates of how much will be needed to cover healthcare services for the upcoming year. This includes funding for public hospitals, bulk billing incentives for doctors, and subsidies for prescription medicines under the Pharmaceutical Benefits Scheme, PBS. The amount the government allocates to Medicare can fluctuate depending on several factors. For example, if the population ages and more people require healthcare services, the government may need to increase its spending to ensure that Medicare can meet demand. Similarly, if there's a public health crisis, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, the government may need to inject additional funds to ensure that Medicare can handle the increased need for medical services. One way the government manages Medicare's budget is by negotiating fees with healthcare providers. This is known as the Medicare Benefit Schedule, MBS, which sets out the standard fees that Medicare will cover for different medical services. Doctors and healthcare providers can charge above this fee, but Medicare only reimburses the standard rate, which helps control healthcare costs. The government's ability to fund Medicare also depends on economic conditions, tax revenue, and political priorities. Nonetheless, the federal budget remains a crucial tool for ensuring that Medicare can provide quality care to all Australians. Private health insurance. While Medicare provides access to essential healthcare services, the role of private health insurance in Australia's healthcare system shouldn't be overlooked. Private health insurance allows individuals to access private hospital treatment, choose their own doctors, and cover services not fully paid for by Medicare, such as dental and physiotherapy. Although private health insurance isn't a direct source of funding for Medicare, it plays a key role in relieving pressure on the public healthcare system. By encouraging people, particularly higher income earners, to take out private health insurance, the government can reduce demand on public hospitals and services, freeing up resources for those who rely solely on Medicare. To encourage people to take out private health insurance, the Australian government offers the Private Health Insurance Rebate, which provides financial incentives for individuals to maintain coverage. This rebate helps reduce the cost of premiums for private health insurance and ensures that a broader segment of the population can afford private coverage, easing the strain on Medicare. The sustainability of Medicare. Medicare's sustainability depends on a careful balance of funding sources, taxes, levies, government contributions, and the role of private health insurance. However, as Australia's population ages and healthcare costs continue to rise, questions about Medicare's long-term sustainability have become increasingly important. The government has already taken steps to ensure that Medicare remains sustainable, such as indexing the Medicare levy to inflation and regularly updating the Medicare benefit schedule. However, there are ongoing debates about whether further reforms, such as increasing the Medicare levy or expanding the role of private health insurance, will be needed in the future. One key challenge is keeping up with the rising demand for healthcare services while maintaining high-quality care for all Australians. With medical advancements, new technologies, and an aging population, the cost of healthcare is expected to continue growing, which will require careful management of both funding and resources. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos about how systems like these work. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions about Medicare or how it affects you personally. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.